How it starts to tie in. There have been little things over the years that made me think there was something wrong with the bigger picture. I thought they would go for money, heat and power, health and food. Control those and you control people. What they want to control us for, that is yet to be seen. Small at first, but they all added themselves to what I shall now name as the portfolio of doom. Sufficiently dramatic, I think, for where we are now, but at least I know I was not crazy or a doomsayer. How can you be when what you thought and said would happen began to roll out? Cashless. That one is obvious, I think. My article Cash covers my view on that. Smart meters. They just seem like a more efficient way to bill people on the face of it, but in my head it made it easier to monitor how much you use, and also gives them more access to switch it off at the source. I also thought it odd that fireplaces were being closed off, and thought if we ever needed them as a backup, they won't be there. And now they are starting to take away gas boilers. It doesn't look good. They have already been interfering with our health. Well before this last year, I already had suspicions that much of the mainstream information and advice is not from a place of good, it is from a place of profit. Through personal experiences and observations, it seems obvious the motive is not to prevent, but to attempt to cure. Like the old industry saying goes, a patient cured is a customer lost. There is also now much talk of scaling back agriculture. Stop eating what we tell you. Come down on the people who could sustain us outside of government-run facilities. Farmers. Replacing farmer with farmer. When the advert started for a certain home exercise bike and now full exercise routine, where you are part of an online workout or something, I thought then, one day they will try and have each house hooked up with one. You'll have to cycle to earn your daily quota of electricity and food, and to prove you are exercising as expected. They'll be able to monitor your heartbeat with Fitbit, and what you eat with calorie apps, to decide if you have earned rewards. And in the last 2 weeks, we have indeed had articles starting on rewarding people for exercise and good diet. How are they going to monitor that, I wonder? If people welcome this kind of influence over their lives, then I can only presume they want parenting. With the controls coming in on spending through cashless and digital currency, they are targeting choice, as if they have decided that people can't be trusted with their own health, choices and future. But who are they to decide that? But what is worse, is that it seems they overload us all with more choices than we could ever need, then blamed us for not being able to deal with it. So then they have to take away choices to dictate everything. To them it makes it easier to control us. To us it takes away something that gives us freedom. Over our bodies, our minds and our lives. What to wear, to eat, where to go, who to hang out with. It seems it would be a very predictable and sterile world without choice. But maybe not everyone liked having it in the first place. When you look at the bigger picture, lots of it doesn't feel right. All the institutions are made to control us, not to protect us, but it is under the guise of protection. For your own good, for your own health, for your safety, for the greater good, and other things that should set alarm bells going in your mind. They are not our caregiver, they are not our parent, so it disturbs me to see grown adults treat them as if they are, and wait for further instructions on how to live. It wasn't meant to be like this. My view on the passport debacle is very clear. They are not needed and they are definitely not about health. In fact, everything they do proves it is not about health, but what they say, people believe. And I cannot be clearer when I say to people, by all means listen and give what someone says the time of day, but when it comes to trust what they do, not what they say. If the two match up, then you are all good. If not, then steer well clear and possibly don't base your life decisions on what they say.